All right, hello. It's great to be here, and thanks for inviting me and putting on such a great conference. My name is Dr. Gregor Hofer, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Speech Graphics and Now Rapport. Our core competency is machine learning and speech technology. Speech graphics is well known in the video game industry, where our software is used to animate faces of game characters in most high-end titles. How many of you play video games? If you do and you recognize any of these characters, then you've come across our software. Games such as Tomb Raiders, Star Wars, Avengers, Fortnite use our technology to deliver the best quality. 9 out of the top 10 video game publishers trust speech graphics. In this talk, I will talk about how we can use avatars to build social presence. So to begin with, I want to show you a couple of cool videos that where you see me interacting with avatars in different situations. In the first video, I'm talking to a colleague via an avatar. Her voice is driving the avatar, and then it animates on my phone in real time. In the second video, I'm talking to a conversational AI system that is represented by an avatar, and I'm trying to book a car.
Hi, Diana. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What do you think about my avatar?
Oh, it's amazing. Very nice. What do you think about mine?
It looks great, so natural.
So what are you doing later?
I have some virtual meetings with my team, and I would like to use this avatar. What do you think?
Oh, that's a very good idea. Thank you.
Thank you too.
I'd like to book a car.
In what city do you need to rent a car?
In New York.
What day do you want to start your rental?
Tomorrow.
What day do you want to return the car?
On Wednesday.
How old is the driver for this rental?
18.
What type of car would you like to rent? Our most popular options are economy, midsize, and luxury.
Luxury.
Cool,
Okay. I have you down for luxury rental in New York from October 13th, 2020 to October 14th, 2020. Should I book the reservation?
Sure.
That's great. So it's pretty cool, isn't it? In both of these cases, you see me interacting with another being that feels like it's alive and there with me. And that's social presence. So social presence is the degree to which one perceives the presence of participants in the communication. It is a term that comes from academia, and it is defined as the degree to which a person is perceived as a real person in mediated communication. So what does that actually mean? Well, it's the quality of the communication medium. Some media, such as video, have higher social presence than others, such as audio. Media with high social presence are perceived as sociable, warm, and personal, and low social presence are less personal. And there's a scale to social presence. It's the quality of the medium that matters. In many ways, text is the most basic mediated interaction. While emojis help, text always feels like that you're quite far apart from the other person. Voice is better as you get more of the nuances of what the other person is saying. And video is pretty cool as we can see the other person or persons, and we have gotten very used to this during the current COVID situation. You can see if other people are listening and paying attention, and you can see them talking, and they see you talking, and it feels okay. In person is obviously the best, and that's what we all want to get back to, and we look forward to getting back to. And what we want to achieve with mediated communication is basically approximate that feeling that you're in there with somebody else. We've all been in video calls where not everyone was on camera, and that always makes it difficult. I mean, how many of you had your camera off in a call? I mean, sometimes you might not have a camera. There's a situation where a camera is not feasible, or you just don't want to be filmed. I mean, that hurts that person usually more than the other people in the call. As a group, you're paying less attention to them, and it will be harder for them to get a word in. And actually, they might sometimes be forgotten that they're even in the call. The other situation where social presence really matters is chatting with a customer service agent or a conversational AI system. Most chat systems produce only text and maybe audio. What often happens is that people forget that they're chatting with a customer service agent, which is purely through text. They leave the chat window open in another tab and forget about it. So why do people do this? Because they disassociate from other people through text. They forget that there's another human being or other entity on the other side. I mean, just look how nasty people are to each other on Twitter. So how do you create a video signal from all that? Well, going back to the scale of social presence, what if we replace the video with an avatar? Would that generate that feeling of social presence? Well, it turns out it does. The feeling of social presence is generated by an avatar. In studies, participants used more positive words to describe interaction with avatars over voice only. Avatars, in combination with appropriate level of behavior, actually enhance social presence. This means the movement of the avatar is very important to the perception of the avatar. It has to match what is being said and feel natural. The expression of the avatar matters to the interaction. It's not just the avatar itself, but also how it behaves. It has been shown that smiling avatars generate similar responses than real people smiling. In a study from Stanford, the users who interacted with the smiling avatars reported more positive feelings. And what is really great is that in addition, it is possible to manipulate that smile so that reported feeling is enhanced with an enhanced smile. So if you increase the smile of the avatar, people reported feeling more positive. So this actually goes way beyond video calls. It allows us to have more control over the situation and how we are perceived. In another study, it was found that avatars increase trust in e-commerce transactions. Customers rely on avatars more in uncertain situations. In it was found that a picture of an avatar already increases the willingness to ask questions of a rep over pure text. And depending on the look of the avatar, they elicit different kinds of trust which matter in e-commerce, depending on the stage of the buying process. For example, when wanting to know more about a product, an avatar that looks like an expert might be preferable, whereas when making a buying decision, one prefers a different look. Again, this comes back to control and how we choose to implement the interaction. The look and the expression of the avatar might favor certain outcomes which we can control. So we've established that avatars generate that feeling of social presence. So what are use cases for that? Well, broadly, there are two main use cases that exist in the world today. User to user, where people are interacting through their avatars. And user to AI, where the AI is represented by an avatar. And then in the not so distant future, we will see AIs interacting with each other through an avatar. So the first use case is really video calls with avatars. The video I showed at the beginning shows my interaction with my colleague in real time using an avatar. And this is actually a really fun way to interact. In a video call with your colleagues, your avatar will signal to the other participants when you're speaking, your engagement, and makes them feel that you're participating. And now other obvious use cases also games. People play games with their friends and they really want to feel like they're there with them. And if, for example, you go to the Fortnite lobby today, you see the avatars moving around in real time to what you're saying. That is our technology doing that. It's really awesome. You should try it. And another use case is in customer care, where you want a consistent look to the interaction. In particular, people that work from home can have a visual representation without worrying about what they're wearing and what their background is. And the other use case, in the user to AI use case, it's all about that friendly face, that present that it gives to the AI system. Remember, users implicitly trust avatars more over purely voice and text. One use case we have come across is onboarding, where the avatar walks users through that first interaction with a new product. It is a very good way of establishing a baseline with a new user where they feel taken care of. Another use case is healthcare. When you have a procedure today done in hospital, for example, and then sent home to do certain treatments, like taking medicine or doing exercises, right now you get an email or a text message. I mean, this is not a very engaging way of reminding people to do their treatments. And companies are starting to address this. And avatars are a great way of building rapport between the patient and the healthcare provider. It has been found that participating in the message is helpful. Rather than having a one-way interaction, you're interacting with an avatar, and that interactivity increases compliance with the treatments. So this is particularly important for healthcare. And another use case is education. Avatars are a great way of engaging students. We had great success supporting language learning and with specific animations to teach pronunciation. But it's also a great way for in-house training, where it can be a way of producing new content very efficiently, as well as of engaging the audience. Again, avatars increase retention of information. Finally, all of these use cases are about solving the 24/7 problem, where users want information at any time. It is about making that user interaction more efficient. The avatar is always available to answer questions and engage its audience. And to give you a glimpse where all of this might be going, in the future, we will be interacting with AI as part of multi-user chat, where the AI functions as advisors, note-takers, and representatives of organizations and individuals. The AIs will then even interact with each other as avatars, with us observing and participating in that interaction. For example, you might be in a video call with your friends and you would want to book a holiday together. You might then invite the flight booking agent, the car booking agent, and the hotel booking agent to get all of these different transactions done. You and your friends plus these three AI entities will participate in the video call to coordinate flight times, hotel stays, and car bookings. So knowing all this, what is possible today? Well, we have built a platform that focuses on delivering the kinds of use cases and experiences I've been talking about. It solves the technical problems of delivering avatars at scale on the web, bringing together computer graphics, speech technology, networking, and cloud infrastructure, making it straightforward to integrate avatars into any web page. The core of this platform is our voice animation, which was honed in the video game industry. And now we're developing voice analytics to give you more insights into what your users are talking about. This is the first platform of its kind, bringing together all these technologies to solve really hard problems in delivering avatars seamlessly on the web. We are currently in early access with the Rapport platform, and there are a few creators already building some great applications. At this point, we really want to listen to what the development community has to say and what we can do to help solve your problems. If that is of interest, please go to rapport.cloud and read more about some of the topics I've spoken about today. And if you like, you can also sign up for early access to Rapport. Thank you. Right, I need to questions to say and what we can do to help solve your problems. All right. Okay, let me check. Okay, for some reason I can't scroll up with the questions. Okay, so I see a few questions here. Okay, are the avatars in other languages? Yes. So we, out of the box, support 14 different languages. But to be honest, the technology is developed in such a way that it can actually animate from any type of voice. As actually the core technology is basically a mapping to what the face needs to do to produce sound. And so that is pretty universal across languages. But there are specific modules that work for specific languages, particularly when it comes to TTS. Sorry, guys, I don't see any other questions. I can't scroll up on this window for some reason. I can only scroll up on the normal chat window. Okay. Okay, where will we see the first? Okay, I see a question. Where will we see the first applications in operation with your system? Okay, so there is obviously we have a lot of clients in the game industry, and we have people using it right there. But in terms of the chatbots, we are working with a couple of consumer electronic companies where they are looking at how avatars can increase the social presence within their chat applications, for example. The other one is the big one is I think onboarding. So onboarding new products with an avatar is a great way of getting users engaged. I think it's actually really, and it's a very nice application because it's very structured, walking somebody through a new experience. Okay. Yeah, there's a question about doing lip reading on the avatar. Yeah, so our system is, it's used. Some people use it for pronunciation training and language training. So the lip syncing is extremely accurate. So it definitely would support, doing lip reading, for example. Okay, I see another question here with the, are we in the Uncanny Valley yet? Well, I mean, the Uncanny Valley is an interesting, is an interesting concept. So, it really, so what it is you want to make sure that the behavior of the avatar matches the look of the avatar. So with the Uncanny Valley, what happens is you're basically setting expectation of what the avatar behaves like with the way the avatar looks. So when you make the avatar look very photoreal, you set extremely high expectations. You expect it to behave almost like a human. So when you then combine that with a TTS, for example, it feels very off, right? So what you want to do is you want to give yourself, that's for example, in the video I showed, you see a much more stylized avatar. And that is because we want to give ourselves the advantage of showing something that it is friendly and engaging. It doesn't have to be super real, but it has to still be convey that friendliness and to be something you want to interact with. And so that steers away from the Uncanny Valley. Okay, right, cool. So can you run your system on a device here on a tablet? Yes, so actually our system runs it on any web page. So it's based on web technology. So you can basically integrate it into any web page or in any app. We do run also local versions that run on any type of device and on any any console, any Android device, any iPhone, so forth. Another question is there a screener of some live demo? Yeah, so if you sign up to the Rapport Early Access Alpha, you can see sort of an early version of what the system can do. It is, and we are planning on having a sort of a live open demo that any users can up in the very near future. So just stay tuned and check out the Rapport website once in a while. And sign up to our newsletter because that one is will tell you when that is live. So there's another question. I personally think that avatars in chatbots is some form of artificial intelligence. How could avatars enable to speak to real people? Yeah, I mean, so there is avatars are a great way of representing yourself as well in chat. Like if you just have audio, right? If you don't want to be filmed all the time, and if you don't want to be on camera, having an avatar there actually sends a great signal to the other participants in whatever call or whatever interaction you are, because you can then basically signal that you're listening or that you're speaking, and you can have a friendly representation that is there to engage people looking at you rather than just having pure audio. So yeah, I mean, avatars are great, actually, a great way of it's a great application for avatars to talk to other people through them. Okay. Any other questions that I can see? Okay, another question. Could you interlink avatars to different countries to your used language? Yeah, so this is actually a really cool way of doing this, is having a translation system in there. So we've actually done a behind the scenes demo where we at CES a few years ago, where basically you could speak in English into a device, and then it would come out as Mandarin on another device. So you can actually use this as a representation for yourself into another culture, right? And into another language. So yeah, it's a really good application. And our platform actually supports this. So we can integrate with different translation services. We can integrate with different TTS services. So all of that combined can actually create a really cool experience where you can have a translation service where you are yourself represented by an avatar, and it's all perfectly lip synced, and it looks really great on the other side. Okay. Right. Okay, so another question, do you have to program all the gestures yourself, or does that happen automatically? Yeah, so our system, so the system that rapport system comes with 10 avatars that are basically integrated, and they have all the behaviors and all the different gestures and all the different expressions programmed in, and they just work out of the box. However, we do support custom avatars as well, and we also have integrated with different sort of third-party providers where you can generate avatars. And there you can manipulate how do you want a happy expression to be, or how do you want an angry expression to be, or you can change how these things look in the custom settings. So it's quite flexible, but it comes out of the box with all the pre-programmed stuff as well. So whatever if you just want to build a POC, it's probably easier to just use the pre-programmed and stuff. But if you want to really go deep into a particular look or in a particular way you want this avatar to express itself, then you can also customize it. It's all possible. Okay, right. So I just saw the follow-up question to the translation. Yep. Okay. So yeah, we can. So our platform can integrate with off-the-shelf translation systems. So for the demo we basically used. I think we used the Microsoft translation system at the time. But to be honest, we can integrate anything as long as it accepts, a text stream or a speech audio stream. We can integrate with it. So yeah, absolutely. And then it just outputs it on the other end, which is great. Cool. Right. Any? Just looking through these questions. If I missed anything. Okay, I don't see any more questions. So if there's any question, I think we got time. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you all soon. Thank you.